Hello, everyone. It's Friday, and you know what that means. It's time for Muppin Sewing Emporium. How are you doing tonight on this fantabulous Friday evening? I am your host, Cheryl. Cheryl Whited, Cheryl Muppin Sloboda Whited. And for those of you who are new here, welcome. It's Friday night. Come and hang out with me. If you're out there and you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments. I always like to know that my sound is working. So if you are there, say hello. Welcome, my friends, to beautiful downtown Paducah, Kentucky. Hey, it's David. Thank you. Hello. How are you doing, David? I have not heard from you in ages. I hope you're doing super well. We moved. Surprise! We are in downtown Paducah, Kentucky. I am quite literally a fish out of water. When did we move? We moved July 7th, so 7/7, and we're here now in Paducah. Congrats. Thank you. Thank you, Robin. I appreciate that. Welcome. If you're out there, say hello. Yes, it has been an incredible month and a half, and we sold our home in in Plainfield, Illinois, and we bought a building. It's within walking across a parking lot from the National Quilt Museum. So we are now permanently here in Paducah, Kentucky. We live here, we work here. Our whole business has transported here to Paducah, Kentucky. So we're excited. I hope you are excited as well. Oh, David, I'm so glad that you are doing well and that I'm glad you're super busy too. For those of you that remember, David is from Vector Quilts. So if you like foundation paper piecing or foundation piecing, then you need to check out Vector Quilts. My book did and is out. Surprise. This is on top of everything else, right? I wrote a book and I launched it, and then we moved across the country. Well, not really across the country. It is a few hundred miles. It's about 6 hours from the Chicago area. That's where we are now. And yes, look at that. It looks so cool in the lights. You may not recognize, or you may think that the set looks a little bit different. Let's pull up one of our, this is a quilt cam, which I don't have any quilts on the set. Oh, that's probably giving me super echo. So this is the new set. It's the same color as the other set. You're probably like, Cheryl, that's the same color as the other set. It is. I know. We painted it the exact same color. And so now we just have to find Mr. Spooky. If you remember our old set, we had Mr. Spooky, my neon light skeleton, and he is packed somewhere, and we don't know where he is. We think he's in the boxes that we took to my dad's house. So we're hoping to get into those boxes really soon. But that's where Mr. Spooky is. And that is where all of my quilts are right now. So Quilt Cam has no quilt. We normally would be hanging a quilt, and we don't have a quilt here on this set, unfortunately. It's just, that's just how it is for right this second, because we've been so busy trying to get moved into our new building. So this is the building. You are in one of three rooms on the first floor, and if you've paid any attention to um, our videos on YouTube, or not YouTube, I think they're currently on Instagram and Facebook. We have been posting pictures of, the business and the different floors of our new building, which is pretty cool. This building was built in 1900, we think. And so, yeah. Michelle says Kentucky is beautiful. That's so awesome. If I'm ever down in Paducah, it will have to be for a full day, because I'm powerless in the face of sewing stuff and books. You're absolutely right. This is huge when it comes to sewing down here in downtown Paducah. So first of all, I have to say, like, everybody has been incredibly nice, and they're so welcoming here. The town, all the sewists that I've met, there's Hancock's of Paducah in Paducah. There's Calico Sewing Center. There's the museum. There's me. There's a couple other sewing businesses. There's a mixed media business here in town. For those of you who are art quilters and you like all that mixed media stuff, Ephemera Paducah is here. Robin says, what an exciting adventure. It is an exciting adventure. And I would be remiss if I did not say that you could go ahead and visit our shop, which is now up and running. That part, my friends, I felt like that part took the longest for us to set up the web stuff. We took all of it down, put everything on pause, and then we had to go get everything out of storage. We cannot yet live in our historic building. We are currently there's 3 floors in our building, and we are already moved into floor 1, which is the retail space. So floor 1 is these 2 offices, this office here where I am filming from, and also our shipping room, which, if you remember at all our previous setup, we had our video studio and our shipping in the same room because we were working out of a bedroom in a house. This is a huge growth thing for us. This is huge to be able to expand. We're actually building another set on the other side of the room. So there will be 2 sets for video production here in our new office. And of course, we're still shipping and doing all that fun stuff. So that's really exciting. And then there's a front part of the building, which we are now calling front of house. My husband has a former restaurant life, and he calls that the front of house. That will eventually be a retail space. So yes, those of you who have been asking, we're going to have a brick and mortar space. Now, I don't know when it's opening because we have an architect who has to, evaluate our remodel of the third floor. If you go ahead and watch some of our videos of the third floor is absolutely insane. It's super old. It's very historic. Um, a floor for my collections and a museum. Practically, that's kind of what it's like. That's what my husband is half expecting, honestly. We took two 26-foot trucks from Chicago to here in Paducah. So I have to tell you, we have a lot of stuff. A lot of it is business stuff. And see this little website that's crawling by? Yeah, you could go here and you can help us reduce some of this inventory. I do have new things to show you as well. We're very, very excited, not just about the book. We have just a few copies left before we are getting our next print run. So if you have not picked up your book yet, you need to do that now, or you will have to wait until our next printing. We are now on this is, I think, our third run. So I'm so excited about this. It has just been like that dream come true to be able to finally have the book out. And then to be, again, surrounded by like this historic building and the history here in Paducah for sewing and quilting. And of course, AQS is located here. Paper Pieces is located here. I am now located here. Like, Paducah is a UNESCO creative city, and there are only 14 of those in the United States. So that's the United Nations Creative Education and Arts side of the UN. And that, like, guys, like that, like, come on, like, that's amazing. So I have to say, yeah, I want to show you some of this stuff. Okay, so we do have the book. The book is new. If you have not picked it up yet, go ahead and do that. We've got all of our patterns, our instructions. This, obviously, is going to highlight some of our favorite products from our collection. But this is one of the things I'm the most happy about, the proudest of when it comes to this book, and that is the history behind this type of smocking. And that has to be like that's my pride and joy of writing this book, was diving deep into that history and giving you that history of smocking. And so this is available right now on our shop. And don't forget, if you are a member of our League of Superstar Sewists, you can join and get 15% off every time you want to shop from our website. So if you have not yet signed up for our email list, you will join our little email club called the League of Superstar Sewists. And if you have not yet jumped over there and picked that, or joined that, it will send you a copy of the current email, and I'm going to drop this in the comments so that you can just go to it, which I think will be awesome. So yeah, and if you haven't yet checked out the League of Superstar Sewists, you should do that. It's a lot of fun. So we've got free patterns and all kinds of cool stuff up there. So yeah, I think you should join. And you'll get 15% off all the time, right? So join and be a superstar. So this is new, right? And I'm very excited about this. But we've had this out since like May. So it's new, but is it really that new? No, it's not as new as this. And finally, we have our line of Mylar templates to do your very own German tufting, Amish stump work, whatever you want to call it. I call it vintage tufting. And we now have our full line of templates out. So this is launching tonight here on the show. And if you have watched our show called Heirloom Afternoon, then you know what these are. And we have been demoing these over on Heirloom Afternoon for a while. And they're actually based off of a set of templates that were from the early 1900s. And these original templates are really expensive. They look like ninja stars, don't they? Like you should just be able to throw them. But these templates, they are really hard to find because a lot of people don't know what these are. So they usually, if they're in a lady's sewing box, they get discarded, or they just get thrown in with whatever other sewing things, and they probably don't know even what they have. But we have reproduced them in Mylar. And what this allows you to do is to sew over the template like you do with the vintage ones, and then you're able to snip your yarn or your any of your other covering. You snip that free and you pull it out, and it's completely reusable. So you can keep using these templates over and over and over again. And so here is just one of the pieces that I made. This was using just regular tufting yarn. And so you can use any kind of yarn that you have. You want to be able to use your leftover yarn, you can do that. But that is what this you see here on the screen. This is the German tufting. So very common in Amish communities and things like that too, which is really awesome. And so that kind of tufting is now available. What you can get here in our pattern template set. And you get all of these templates here in the new set, and you get our instructions. It does really simple stuff. So you just need a tapestry needle, some background fabric, some tapestry wool or acrylic yarn. You can use either one. I like using the wool because the wool kind of fluffs up, and I like that. And you need your templates. And if you would like to try this and you don't have any of that stuff, or you're like, oh my gosh, Cheryl, I just want to try it, I don't want to have a lot of other things, we do have a starter kit where it comes with the hoop, the yarn, and the tapestry needle. So if you want to, you could try. You get the templates and the starter kit, and you are ready to go. So we actually went to one show this summer, and that was right before we moved. And we went to one single show, and that one single show, we brought these, and that was it. So these have been waiting until now, so we're excited about that. So can you guys still hear me? I just want to make sure that you can still hear me. I want to make sure, like, if you can't hear me, go ahead and type in the comments. So yeah, that's brand new. just released on our website. So if you haven't been to shop.muppin.com recently, you're going to want to head there. You're going to want to check that out because that's where the new stuff is. So what else is going on? We have decided that we are going to restart our heirloom sewing technique of the month box. So that's the other really exciting thing going on right now. We have our heirloom sewing technique of the month box. I know that's a mouthful to say. And we had that for most of, we had it for all of 2021. And, we got to a point where we just, needed to take a break from it. And of course, thank goodness that we did, because here we are, moved to a brand new city. So that was a really important thing for us. However, I really enjoyed doing the heirloom sewing technique of the month. And what I really liked was sourcing all the cool products for it, making sure that you guys were able to try new things. And so things like these heirloom templates and things like that, I think, these are a lot of fun. And if you're like me and you love like heirloom sewing, just all of the different like lost or heirloom sewing ideas, things like that, you may want to test these out. You may want to, try them out. You may want to go and we may be able to bring even some of our older boxes back, for those of you that missed them all of 2021. So I'm just gonna pop open my Facebook and we're gonna double check that we have some sounds, because it's going to, it's all fun and games until the technology stops, as I like to say. Okay, so we're just gonna make sure, do we have any sound?
Double check that we have some sound.
Oh, we do. Oh, yay!
Technology stops.
I love that. It's always funny to me, right, that when technology like goes, it's like they're, and then people are like, I can't hear you. And then I find out until I've been talking to no one for like over an hour. So the new templates, again, these are exact laser reproductions of the metal templates. We worked very hard to get these to be perfect in every way. They were extensively tested. I've stitched over so many of these, and I have to say that I have some really cool designs coming out using these new templates. And you can also use them for tracing around them for your quilting designs and so on. So again, here's a little bit of what they look like. Let's do it this way. Oh yeah. So this is, again, using this little one. Okay. And then what you do is you take your yarn and your leftover, strips of that. And then you put this on your background fabric and you stitch over it. Stitch, stitch, stitch. There's a technique to the stitching, and that of course is in our instructions. And how you do that stitching when you stitch over the template, then you actually have to free the template out, okay? You don't leave it in there, but the act of cutting that open is what causes this plush, bloom happen. And of course, you also get the little circle in which you can make little button flowers. So that is really cool as well. It says, Facebook stopped my broadcast. I wonder why. What is going on? Why did that happen? Oh, good Lord. You know, it's always something. Like I said, yeah, they really did. Stopped it.
Instructions. It does really simple stuff. So you just need...
I'm so sad, my friends in Facebook land. I hope you come back. Where this starts over. I don't even know. I am starting to co-stream now to YouTube because these Facebook lives, you know, there's been so much change with the algorithm and things like that. You know, we who do all this streaming, we're expected to be content creators all the time, which I don't mind, right? I get that. That's supposed to be my job. But it's a little hard to do that when when your stuff is always being shut down. So I was talking about these little circles. If you see there, you'll see that little circle, tufted circles. That's how you get those. So they're like little button flowers. And there's a bunch of different ways to use that with this. And so I am very, very excited to be able to show you all of those different options. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So we've got all of these new templates, and they're all out, which is really great. And so you can get those right now at shop.muppin.com. And again, if you do not have that set, you can get our templates and a starter kit. And so again, if you're like, I'm just a quilter, I don't have any of that yarn stuff, this is a great little way to get a small bit, have a bunch of colors to play with. And so that's really cool as well. And then, you know, again, we have the main template set, and these are right now, you can get these and the instructions. So I'm pretty excited about this. This is pretty neat. Let's see. Yeah, it is. Is it still playing? I don't even know if it's still playing there in Facebook land. Yeah, it looks like it stopped around the 19-minute mark, which was, gosh, like 10 whole minutes ago. Oh boy. All right. Well, here's what we'll do. We'll stop and we'll restart for you Facebook folks. For those over on YouTube, I appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out with me. And for those on Facebook, I'll be right back. Hang on. Take care.